Monday Night Football on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be an interesting matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the San Francisco 49ers. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
From the host to Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they interplay here. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight. Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, they come in after tasting defeat for the first time in about a month as their loss snapped a 4-game winning streak. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
It's pretty much become the norm when we see guys come out before a game and go through the route tree with their receivers. I thought it was exciting for us to see the exact same thing happen in practice.
He's so meticulous, isn't he?
He really is, and that tells me it's not just a one-time-a-week thing. They work on it all the time, trying to hone that fine edge. They want to see if they can get in sync and stay in sync in this one.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. They complete it to Hill. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. So just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Gets this one to Hill. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards there and a Niner first. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
Here we go, here we go.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. And the starting crew now for San Francisco.
And everyone always tells me the fullback is leaving the game, and then I say, hold on a second. What about Kyle Juszczyk? 2-time Pro Bowler, maybe the best all-around fullback in the game for his ability to block, catch, and occasionally run the football inside.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
A run by Mack to start the drive. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. A look now at the defensive starting lineup for the 49ers. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll early. Chip away at their timing.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. King. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. But now it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw. King. He completes this one to Mack. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking to throw. King toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Here's King. Going to throw again. They'll run the screen with Mack. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Back to throw. King. And he connects with Ebron. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
On 2nd down now. It's Mack. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Looking to throw. King.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big. And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Matt Breed in the offense heading back out. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complimentary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
In last week's game for Kittle, there are the numbers. 7 catches, 94 yards, and a score.
And in doing preparation for the game, you notice where guys rank in the league in terms of statistical categories. He's 4th in the league in receiving yards. That caught my attention in a positive way.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
Here we go.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Garoppolo. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. They've been pretty much a mess against the pass, number 31 in the league.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the number 1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the passing game even more. They've got to do both.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. That's complete to his speedy wideout Goodwin. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Defensively, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
The free safety, Malik Hooker, there in coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
King now on 1st and 10. Ebron's got it. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. The numbers from last week's game for Ebron. 5 catches, 51 yards, and a touchdown.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you've got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A good game there on 1st down. That run will get them 7 up to the 32-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Garoppolo gives to Breida. And an alley to run. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Throwing on 2nd down. Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 28.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now it's Breida. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Matt Breida hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, Yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
That time a 6-play drive. And it was Matt Breida who had the touchdown run to put an end to it. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. To throw is King. Off the play fake. Open man is Hill. He's got it. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 17-yard line. The Colts with a first red zone opportunity in the ball game. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Mack off the draw play. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 11 yards there, 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll run here with Mack. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll run with a former Ole Miss Rebel, Jordan Wilkins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense. Now King from the gun, he'll throw. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. 3rd and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack, and now they're going to force them into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
Frank Reich here on 4th down is ready to try for 3. This from 25 yards out. And his kick is indeed good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like that one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that part. I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Matt Breed in the offense heading back out. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Garoppolo looks to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly the ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Now this is Hilton on the receiving end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. 2nd and 5. Snead's got it. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. King off play action. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the 2nd quarter. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down, here's Breida. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this 1st down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They run with Breida, and he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
this guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. This will be taken in at the 1. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Marlon Mack now heading back out there. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now left side, a completion to his tight end.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Garoppolo now. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle in the final seconds of the first half. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well-organized, well-coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
So we've reached halftime here on Halloween. And trust me, kids, if you had to look at Charles Davis every game, you'd think every day was Halloween. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Jared Goff leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, we head down to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. A field goal, the difference. 17-14, the final. And then finally, we'll wrap up the week on Monday Night Football with a good one between the New York Giants and the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer.
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. It's a 6-yard run, leaves them with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. This is Breida. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Breida. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Again, it's Cook. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 11 yards there, first down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Running out of the gun here, Breida. There to stop him was Darius Leonard.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Here we go. What do you need?
Out of the shotgun, Breida. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 27, Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Now Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Garoppolo to his tight end, Kittle, for a Niner first down. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still second down.
So the delay of game penalty backs him up. It's now 2nd and 7. Garoppolo again. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Jabal Sheard. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold with the extra point.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Here's King throwing to start the drive. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run here with Mack. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
To throw on 2nd down. King, it's Hill, complete. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore right there on the coverage. He was draped all over it. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. 2nd and 10. Ebron with it over the middle. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 38-yard line. They'll run on first down. It's Mack. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. Looking to throw on second down. King. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 21. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. Hill's hit, and he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
54. Here we go, T. Here I come.
On first down, they'll start out with Matt. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. King now off the play fake, runs through the contact, and he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. This is Mack on the counter. Marcus Peters up to make the tackle.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Back now here in Santa Clara. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. A first throw for the backup Jackson, and he connects with Ebron. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. He completes this one to Mack. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Jackson, it's complete to Snead. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now it's Jackson. Ebron's got it. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped 100 with that last catch. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on fourth. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a first down for them, too.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Zach Cunningham, there defensively to make that play. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. On play action, it's Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribe.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Throwing is Jackson, and that is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
To throw is Garoppolo. Good one, able to haul it in. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Here we go.
Now a give to Breida. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. And that'll set them back 5.
Still 4th down.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Jackson now. They'll run the screen with Mack. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run the draw play with Mack. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. This pass into the arms of Snead. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all three timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. On the handoff, this is Breida. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go, D. All day. Defense all day. All day.
Delay of game, offense.
So that'll back him up 5.
Still second down.
Here we go, here we go. Wait, 80! Let's go, heavy. Let's go, heavy. Tell me what you got. What you got? White. What you got, heavy? Get hot. Give me some.
They run again with Breida.
Watch out.
7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And boy, again, they won't get this off in time.
Delay of game, offense.
That's going to set them back 5 yards.
Still 3rd down.
Instead of a 3rd and 4, now they have to manage a 3rd and 9 after the delay of game. On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of. But now, it's about taking the